everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now. 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Colts going up against the Steelers. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
And the wideout in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
That draw play got blown up by the blitz of the defense. Ordinarily, that's exactly what you want. You want them to blitz and they go past you and you go past them for a big gain. But in this situation, they hit him at the worst possible spot. Right exactly where you were running the draw, and he got in there and got him.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And now out come the Steelers. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll give it to him right up the gut. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Detroit! Slam! All right, here we go. Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken around the 12. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 1st down, Locke throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Colts a 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Luck on third down. He completes it to Bryant. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No gain, and it's second down.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
This will be caught at about the 5. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up fourth and goal.
Brandon, it's a situation like this where a head coach writes himself a note before the game. Remember, it's a long game. You don't have to chase points early. But on the other hand, it's a huge disappointment if you only come away with 3 after a big drive. Let's see what he decides to do.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Bryant with a catch right side. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Back down, Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down now after the pass completion. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. He'll look to throw. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Second and 10, Luck again. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So a ways to go here on third and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing on third down, Luck. And that will be incomplete as well. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down.
Now let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offense guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's second and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to roam now. Cuts it out here, left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Complete to Bryant. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short and establish things, but...
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Come on. 2 minutes. 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 2
From the gun on third down, Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun now on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go now. Check 91. Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
After the interception, it's Love. Caught here by Conley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates.
So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 60 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
He'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Out left side here to Bryant. 12 yards on the pickup. And the Colts are going to have a first.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Locke to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Off of play action, Locke. Run over the middle by Graham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a first down throw, Locke. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. To throw on second down is Locke. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
The play clock's running down. Just beating the play clock is Luck. And able to find Conley. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. From the red zone now, Luck. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This will be fielded at the 8. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a play under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Detroit! Set!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now on 3rd and long, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch 19. Single.
Play action. It's locked. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They'll get 16 yards there. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Here's luck now on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's pumped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
From the gun on third down, Luck eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And Parkey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll run it here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a third down. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Back line it up, Philly. Here we go. Set. 3, 19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their dangerous wide receiver. 51 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play clock winding down. To throw is Locke. He's going to float this over the middle deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing on third down, Locke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Halfback sent in motion. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Desperation time for Locke on fourth down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game. But it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Now let's go. Boom, landed. Check.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing his luck. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Block on third down. It's complete to Grant. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a first down throw. Luck. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second and very short here, less than a yard. Shift together here from the D-line.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends.
And Luck will be intercepted. And look out, I think he's going to go. The great, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone plunk it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Here's Luck now on second down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yard. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Another pistol look here.
Detroit!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got time. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It's taken to the 26. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
3rd and long. It's locked. Brought in over the middle by Grant. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's a gain of 7, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Luck. Flushed out right. Bryant with a catch right side. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him to 1st. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And big problems getting the play out, obviously. This will be a delay. So the D-line's going to spread out. They come out here in the eye. And to give this time to the tailback. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Really tough drive, but that run help salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.